Hey guys, TwinklePhoenix here and welcome back to Seduce Me to the Demon War. Let's do a bit more of Eric's route. Then I gotta go do an interview, which will last probably for like 2 hours. And then tomorrow I'll get like all the other characters' routes up. I'm so sorry. It's been really hectic for the last couple of days in this house because a lot of stuff is going on, stuff I can't talk about at present, but thank everybody who's been so patient and has been waiting for this stuff. Also, we got Stardew Valley, which my friend Kitsune will hopefully help me install mods on that, and we'll start doing Let's Play of that. We've also got Sims and much more. Anyway, let's just go. Let's just all gush over Seduce Me. He was asked a question about a flower. Let's just go, yes sir. It was better not to question it for now. I would learn eventually, but if Shadow wasn't going to tell me now, there was no way I'd be able to force any answers out. Shadow looked up at me, observing me for a moment before nodding and turning from the table.
Well then, shall we begin?
Of course, go ahead. I nodded, prepared to face whatever he had in store for me. What took me off guard was someone coming up, standing behind me, and placing a knife at my throat. Oh well, how rude. Wow.
Dead.
Wow, that's flat out just straight in it. Dead. I froze. What does she mean? Well, dead would be as in dead. You know, dead as a dodo, dead as a doornail, dead, you know, non-breathing. Anyway, Shadow crossed his arms, raising an eyebrow. I'm guessing she was a bit early.
Shama, a little too early.
Yeah, because that was quite unexpected. As the person released me and moved the knife away from my throat, I turned with a hard glare to see the cloaked woman who'd been talking to Diana before. She obediently looked to Shadow.
I apologize, sir.
She's got a lovely accent, I like it. It's very familiar as well.
Back to your place.
Shama bowed and quickly formed his up into a shadow, fading into the ground. I instinctively began to follow suit, but Shadow cleared his throat.
Pay no mind to that.
How can I? She just had a knife, a dagger, at my throat. You want me to pay no mind to that? I could have died. Oh, well, main character could have, but then that's, you know. No, you can't just say that. What was that? It was technically a demonic box cat? What would she say she was? I had a knife held to my throat without any warning. I was not prepared, and while there may have been some messed up point about war and not being prepared, Shadow was watching and could have stopped it. The only thing that ran through my mind was how my body suddenly became filled with adrenaline. Shadow stared blankly at the questioner, and at me.
A misfired trap. Shama is meant to surprise attack you after I teach you your next lesson. Obviously there was a miscalculation, but that'll be fixed and done properly after the lesson is given.
I understood, wanting to be ready for the next time it happened, but something caught my attention, drawing my focus away from his words. As I stood a Shadow, I faintly noticed his hair swing slightly in the air on his head. What the? There was no wind in the room. How was it moving? I focused my attention on his hair, wondering what was doing, as Shadow raised an eyebrow at me.
What are you staring at?
I shook my head and avoided. Why was I so focused on his hair? It was hair. Fabulous hair. As I thought, however, his ponytail suddenly began to move, like a hand tapping its fingers on Shadow's shoulder and on his waist. Whoa. I jumped back, pointing at his hair and earning a smug smile from Shadow. Why is your hair doing that? As Shadow suddenly glared at me, I tensed up.
Are you more interested in the hair or in your training?
I kept my mouth shut. I wasn't going to get anywhere by getting distracted. Just like with my curiosity with Diana, if this was another lesson, then Shadow was teaching me properly. Still, my curiosity piqued wildly at me, wanting me to desperately ask about it. Don't, because he's not patient enough for me to ask me nosy. As I stared at her, I could feel something frightening crawl around my nerves. I didn't want to ask. It was better not to. Sorry, I'll pay attention. Shadow nodded, rolling his shoulders and forming a pure black dagger in his hand. As he looked at me, I understood what he wanted me to do. Having watched his hand carefully, he was not one to actually talk me through anything. Not surprising. I focused on my hand, trying to imagine a dagger forming within it. I rounded my hand to form a shadow across my palm, knowing that I needed the darkness to help give it shape. Slowly but eventually, the hilt of a dagger formed in my hand, allowing me to grasp it. The blade quickly jutted out of the end, finally completing its formation, before I lowered it to my side and looked up at Shadow.
Become aware of your surroundings. Your opponent is using the shadow plane, so you're at a disadvantage. But you can still defend yourself, as long as you pay attention.
Oh, goody gumdrops, okay. That was why my attention was so important. I mentally wanted to slap myself, allowing my curiosity to take hold of me. Now was not the time to mope, however. I had to focus. I nodded before looking around, trying to figure out how I was going to find Sharma and defend myself before she could get to me. And killed me. I wasn't sure how Shadows got around in the other plane, but I was going to find out. I looked to the ground, not seeing anything pass by me, then looked to the light sources. If I remembered anything from the day before, it was that you needed to control the light to distract your target or protect your shadow from being used. I held my breath, trying to focus on the light versus hearing my breathing, whispers from the room. I wasn't going to let her take advantage of me. Suddenly, I faintly heard a flame whip to the side, causing me to turn and see Sharma rushing at me with her knife. I quickly parried, pushing her back.
Good. Again.
Oh, poo. As quickly as she had come, Sharma vanished once again to hide. I could tell I was going to get a workout. Soon enough, she began to attack in plain sight, turning the room dark. Even using my shadow against me, I had to maneuver around it all. I continued to fend off her attacks for the entire day until I was exhausted. To my room for the night. I entered my room thinking about what Diana had said to me that morning. If I drained myself of energy, then the spirit wouldn't have the power to appear in my dreams. But did I want to do that? Yes. If it means to get closer with him, yes. Eric appeared soon after, exhausted as ever. I continued to ponder as Eric sat down in the bed and stretched.
Another long day. How was your day, love?
I got attacked by an assassin kitty, or fox. But she was a bit early this time, and she told me I was dead, but I was still standing. Her name was Sharma, and Shadow was hiding stuff from me. But then again, so's Diana. My mind continued to ponder. I had to make a choice. Did I care if the spirit appeared in my dreams? Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, give him your energy. I don't care. Just do it, because I can't handle another emotional ride with that spirit. I needed to rest without bizarre dreams. The spirit needed to stop controlling me and enticing me with its emotions. Not that there's anything wrong with the spirit, I'm just saying. The question was how to give Eric my energy. I could easily sleep with him and give him my energy through sex, but I wanted our sex to be about the mood, not a means to an end. I looked at Eric instead, taking in every detail of him. Eric?
What is it?
Hug me, kiss me, pull him to you. Kiss him! Because it's any physical... No, kiss him. Eric seemed confused for a brief moment, eventually smiled, crawling towards me. I leaned forward and smiled as Eric's lips gently pressed against mine. He tasted obviously sweet against my lips. Why? What's he been eating? It was almost intoxicating, the kiss he was bringing me under. I found that to not be fair of him, being that he was naturally an incubus with the ability to make me swoon. But every time he kissed me or just his ravishment on me made me forget the unfairness of the situation and allowed me to simply melt into the moment. I wrapped my arms around him and pulled him close to me, causing us to fall back onto the bed with him over top of me. Slowly everything became just about Eric and his love, letting me melt into the sensation we were exchanging. Oh my. Eric, however, took the moment to pull away softly and stare down at me, looking for permission to continue in my eyes. I knew what I was getting into, so I smiled and pulled him back down to capture his lips again. Way to go, girl. It was sweet to know how considerate he was about the situation, but I was okay. I let myself go into the moment, closed my eyes and wrapping my legs around Eric. He seemed to get the picture, wrapping an arm behind mine, my arched back and scooting as apt to lay with my head in the pillows. It looked like a really comfortable bed. Our kiss only intensified as Eric slowly gripped my hips and grounded himself again between my legs, making me let out a gasp and moan against his lips and causing him to chuckle in reply. I could feel his desire to keep going clear as day between us. He became slow, almost torturously so, as he began to strip himself and me down to become bare to each other. I felt the cool air rush across my skin, making me shudder beneath him. Each kiss he planted on my skin caused a ripple of pleasure to flow through me. It was hard to hold back the moans wanting to escape me, but I allowed a quiet handful out to entice Eric to do more, go further with our foreplay. Looking up at him, his eyes began to glow a familiar gold tint, allowing the fire within my core to ignite and burn heavily. I felt my mind become only filled with thoughts of Erickson, screaming his name as passionately as I could. The entire castle would know exactly who was receiving my love and whose love I was taking during the night. There wasn't a need for words to exchange as Eric's slowly smile grew into a passionate and lustful smirk. His tongue memorized every sweet spot of my body, and he used his knowledge to make me river beneath him, ushering me to beg for more. My body was slowly pleading with my mind to let me release my desire, craving out so Eric could satisfy me. However, I wanted to fully give everything, and that meant taking things slow and steady. Eric seemed to understand as he slowly built our foreplay up to where we couldn't even take it anymore, and all we could think about was making love. As we finally gave in, we were both gifted with the swift gasps and pleasurable moans of the sensation. The air was hot and steamy as we panted and rode out our lovemaking, becoming lost in each other's eyes as my mind began to recount everything I loved about Eric. He was devoted, delicate, but at the same time, he was everything my body desired. I could only imagine the same thoughts running through his mind as he captured my lips in his and swallowed my moans as they rushed out of my throat. As we apexed, our fingers dug into each other, desperate to ride through our high and simmer into a... Good lord. What is the earth is that word? Gregoriously? Gregoriously? Wow, that just totally threw me. Gregoriously placed afterglow? Our breath and heartbeat sinks, and we were left staring deep into each other's eyes, exhausted but full of love. I love you, my prince. The feeling of joy that rushed through me caused me to nuzzle into Eric's warmth embrace, meaning chill and kiss over my head despite being tired himself. Still, the aura around our bodies was perfect for a peaceful passage to sleep. It was surprisingly a peaceful night. Oh, thank goodness. I woke up once again alone. Oh. However, I knew that Eric was off training. He seemed happy that we were getting back into the swing of it, despite only being able to train for a short time before the final battle. However, as I got myself ready, a knock echoed at my door. I'll come in. The door opened, to reveal a sight I did not expect at all. Diana? You! Huh? What? What's he doing here? My heart froze in my chest and the man who presented himself at my door. What is he doing here? Well guys, I think we'll end the episode here for now. Wow, okay, wow. Is nobody guarding doors anymore? Can the demon lord just walk in? So I'm not happy with you anyway. You're not invited to the wedding or anything at all. So guys, what's gonna happen next time when the demon lord here? Wow, I was not expecting that. I was expecting Diana, not him. First thing, things became very interesting. See you guys next time in more Seduce Me to the Demon War.